Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and I wanted to make a quick video here just to talk about Firefight. I wasn't going to do any more videos on Firefight in the current state, but we have had big news come out of 343. They have released a Spartan Chatter, which is kind of like a dev podcast really. I don't know how many there's been in the past, but this one was especially interesting to me because I just recently put out a video kind of reviewing the first wave of Firefight that we've had, normal and heroic. Firefight King of the Hill 1.0 I'll call it. And in that video I said there was a lot of good and a lot of fun in there, but it was very casual and easy, and I listed out a bunch of things that I think need to be improved. And effectively in this Spartan chat, which is about an hour long, they went over some key points which I'll review and summarize here now, and a lot of it is fixing what I said that I wanted. So I'm pretty happy and keen to see this come out, which should come out pretty soon. They didn't give a timeline, but I'm expecting it fairly soon. And the first of those upgrades will be that we have a legendary difficulty that is coming. What it means is that you will start with an AR and a pistol, and you will not get infinite power-ups that you currently do. So at the moment you get the grapple and it's constant, you can just grapple everywhere or boost everywhere. We're not going to have that anymore. It will be limited per round. They respawn at the end of the round, but it will be limited. Legendary difficulty will make it much more difficult and more fun and engaging, but we still have the casual modes obviously there with the easy or the normal and the heroic. They do recommend playing with a squad, so I'm hoping even if you go in random, people are going to be communicating and talking with their mics. So that is a big win for us. Now before I break down the rest of the wins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video and leave a comment down with what you're looking forward to from all these updates that are coming. So the other thing I wanted to talk about as part of that legendary package that's coming to us, auto respawns are gone. So you will still be able to be revived. I don't know how long for, what the time limit is, because at the moment on normal it's 60 seconds, heroic it's 30. It makes sense for it to still be 30. It is going to be difficult to do a revive on legendary, however. And after that time limit, at the moment you just respawn after the time expires and you're back into the game. That is now being removed, and the only way you can respawn is at the end of a round, so your last man standing really is a last man standing, or you get revived within that time limit. So another big win for legendary. That is going to make it a lot more difficult, and hopefully it means that we see a lot more skulls being turned on and communication, because you need to stay alive in this mode. Another thing that I wanted to bring up from this Spartan Chatter was that AI kills are now going to be recorded at the end as part of your stats. So they said that they couldn't do this because it was giving performance issues. They're well on the way to fixing those issues, and at the end of the match you'll see how many AI you've killed, how many assists you've got, and not only that, you'll also be able to see how many of the different types, whether it be jackals, brutes, elites, etc., is all going to be divided out for us. So that is a big win. Everybody was asking for that, and it didn't make sense because you could see on the screen as you were killing things what you were killing, but it never showed you the totals at the end. So really happy to have that one. Another big win is that the XP is going to be increased, that you get for either your battle pass or your career. That will be increased, not only from the normal staying as it is, but at the moment heroic is the same as normal, so that's changing. Heroic's going to give you more XP, and then in legendary it's going to be even more. So another huge win. It's like 343 are listening to the community and telling everybody, yeah, okay, what you're saying is good, we're going to implement it into the game, and this is really a huge win for the community. Another thing that everyone was kind of questioning and asking for, it was really disappointing when you boot into the new Firefight update that we got, and then it was also the same time we were getting new weekly challenges and noting that all the weekly challenges were basically the same PvP challenges that we always run through. So now that's being changed and they're being revamped, so some of those challenges are going to be PvE, aka Firefight challenges. So I'm really looking forward to be able to jump through, grind those weekly challenges and get the XP from them in Firefight. That is another W for us. So I will just go into one negative here before we end the video with a few more positives and a few more things that I think they should add, and that is enemy vehicles. They won't be added to any future updates in the short term anyway. They basically said, and they spent quite a bit of time on this, but they basically said you can do this in customs yourself. Not a great response, but actually I'm being a bit harsh there, because they went into a full explanation of why we can't have it or why they don't think we should have it, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. Effectively, they said it's really hard to balance. If enemy have got vehicles, it's going to be super easy for us and super boring after a few games of everybody having vehicles. What they have to consider is if an enemy spawns with a ghost, we can take that ghost real quick, and all of a sudden everybody's got ghosts or wraiths or whatever, and it just becomes a bomb fest, and it would be way too easy. So I hadn't considered that, and I agree. That is a smart decision to keep vehicles out of this. However, I still think enemies should spawn in a bit more creative. Instead of just being teleported in out of the blue, why haven't we got any drop pods, for example? All these Forge creative custom matches that I'm playing, these campaign DLCs, they all have loads of drop pods, so I don't see why enemies can't spawn in drop pods as well as coming in their phantoms, or just, you know, coming in from out of bounds. It doesn't really make sense. And as I said, there is still another big win for us, and that is if you're a driver of a Warthog or a Mongoose or whatever, you're now going to get assists. So at the moment, and points that will go towards your XP. So at the moment, you're driving around, you're getting your guy on the back, loads of kills with your amazing driving, but that means nothing to you unless you're getting splatter kills. So to help people be, you know, praised and commended for their teamwork, we are now going to be getting assists for being a driver, because I quite like driving around, and I think it takes a lot of skill to be a good driver and not just get blown up straight away. So I'm really happy we're going to be getting the XP that is associated with the assists for being a driver. The final good thing that they did also say we're going to get at some point, now all these updates are going to come in bits and pieces, not all in one big package, but the final one they did say, or I want to tell you about, is more maps. We're getting more maps. Unfortunately, they didn't specify that it'll be 343 developed maps, but we're definitely getting more Forge community made maps into the playlists, and I think that is a big deal to keep this game mode fresh and to keep people engaged in playing it. So that's all the big updates that I wanted to say are coming out soon. Go and watch the Spartan Chatter if you want, for an hour, if you've got an hour to kill. It is quite interesting listening to these devs. The only other thing that I can think of off the top of my head is that we need the bosses to be harder, because still a few of them are like 2, 3, 4 hit kills. I guess on Legendary they're going to have more health anyway, but it would be nice just to see in those easier modes bosses health and shields increase at least. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, hit that subscribe button. I don't usually do these kind of news updates, but I can if you want me to, and I will catch you in the next video.